You are now listening to the Full Sport Press podcast, featuring hosts Jay Hove, Jeff, and Weezy. Please enjoy the show.
Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody to the Full Sport Press podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan. This is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I'm Jay Hove.
It's your boy Big Joe.
Weezy's in the bill. Say what's up, Weezy.
What up? What's going on?
What's happening, Weezy?
Oh man, what's cracking, man?
Ain't nothing. What about you, Joe? How you doing, man?
Good, brother. How about yourself?
I'm good, Good. We had a push-up contest before Jeff got here.
Okay. You know who won that, didn't you?
I'm gonna stay out of that.
Now, I'm telling you who won.
You got the W.
Come on, man.
For sure.
Now, let's just keep it a buck.
Uh-huh.
Who won the push-up contest?
You did more.
Oh, okay. That's all that matters.
You did more.
What we got up on the show today, Jeff?
Nah, let's finish this.
What's
You
up?
did more, but I
Yeah.
had the better form.
Oh.
You hear me?
That's not true, bro. You was tired at 30 push-ups.
You
My bad.
You throw the
My
number
bad.
out there?
I delete.
Nah, don't delete it. Don't
Oh,
say it. Stand behind it.
What we got up on the show today? Weezy?
Today we got on the show. We're analyzing the NFL free agency class 2018. With the offense.
Yeah,
FSP style.
always
Always
FSP.
FSP style.
Yeah,
sure.
everything FSP style. You hear me?
Most definitely.
Everything paid for. You hear me?
All the time.
Everything paid for.
For sure.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. What's your best of the week then, champ?
My best of the week this week is it's DeMar DeRozan, man. The way he, came out about his depression.
Oh, okay. I
That's
said
my
anybody coming out. He came out about
Oh,
depression.
come on, man. What do you mind that?
No, I'm just saying, the first thing you literally said, DeMar DeRozan came out. I was like, what? He came out about his battles with depression.
Yeah.
For sure. That's what's up, man. A lot of people deal with mental health problems. It's good to have somebody that's in the limelight like that speak on such a serious issue, for sure.
That's big. That was big of him to do that, though.
Yeah, no,
Take
for
some
sure.
guts.
Yeah, it does. Most definitely. Shout out to DeMar DeRozan. My best of the week, 45th president
Oh,
got put on blast. He actually didn't have anything to do with the release of Jello Ball and his teammates in China.
The world needs LeVar Ball.
Yeah, so it looks like LeVar Ball was right the whole time.
I didn't hear this.
That
I
Trump-
must have been working or something.
Because,
I didn't hear this.
Trump came out and said that I should have left them in jail,
Right.
but it came out that they were already released and at the hotel when they, came and
Who
tried to
said
contact.
this, though?
No, it was
Reputable.
yeah,
Sources.
press release. Yeah,
Like Mike. President
yeah,
Mike.
for sure. He just wants some attention
Yeah, of
for
course.
all the wrong reasons, for sure. So he's a shithead.
Yeah, as they call him the super bug. He's the biggest super bug, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kill him.
Yeah, most definitely.
Monkey. He monkey.
All right.
All right.
What about you, Jeff? What's your best of the week?
Deontay Wilder held up his end with a bargain last night.
Yeah, he did.
A great fight against Luis Ortiz. Got that 10th round KO. So hopefully by the end of the year we get that Wilder Joshua fight out there.
Yeah.
Basically praying for him.
Yeah, somebody gonna beat him.
Who?
He ain't skilled enough, man.
Anthony Joshua will beat him, bro.
Somebody gonna beat him.
Have y'all ever seen Anthony Joshua fight?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't,
I
but
have.
I just the way that dude fights is just too wide. A skilled fighter would beat the hell out of him, I think.
You asking looking for a skilled heavyweight. We haven't seen one of those since Evander Holyfield.
Let me
I don't
see.
know about that. Let me
Give or
see.
take.
Yeah.
Give or take.
But the thing is with
That power though. You can't coach that. It's like speed. You can't coach that.
Yeah, but he gotta connect. Somebody was skilled.
we were questioning his chin.
He showed it
Yeah,
last night.
he was done. He was done for.
But he was on his own too though.
He did.
He didn't
stood
fall
up.
off his too.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So standing and taking that power from Luis Ortiz when nobody wanted to fight him.
Yeah, now
Nobody wanted
Yeah.
to fight Ortiz. He showed why
nobody
wanted
wanted to
fight
smoke.
him.
Nobody
Yeah.
wanted that smoke in Brooklyn, for
Yeah.
sure. What about your worst of the week, please?
My worst of the week is Rick Ross, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's tough.
that's tough, man.
Yeah,
Godspeed.
Hope
To
we
Rose,
get better.
man.
We need the boss to get better, man.
Yeah, man. He'll be all right.
Yeah.
Prayers going up, man.
Absolutely.
Ricky Rose. What about you, Jeff?
Atlanta Braves outfielder, Ronald Acuna.
Acuna, yeah, Acuna,
Saying it right.
That's my
He is
guy.
regarded as #1 prospect in the minors. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah,
The Braves are wanting him to wear his hat a certain way.
yeah.
To look professional at all times.
Yeah, I saw that.
Come on, man.
And then did you see him during spring training?
Yeah.
He had a home run. That sounded
Like-
like it was
like a
Giancarlo
gunshot.
Stanton. Hey, boy, he can wear the hat. He can wear
Either
that
way
hat
you
with
want.
whatever he had a joint backwards,
You know what I'm saying?
sideways like Fresh Prince. That was crazy.
But that's what baseball is stuck
Oh,
on.
yeah.
And that's why baseball is where it is right now.
For sure.
When it comes to
Yeah.
sports.
Nah,
That's
most
America's game.
Yeah.
Well, it's not.
Not anymore.
Anymore.
Not anymore. My worst of the week was Comcast, man. It took off the ability to like set your DVR from your phone. Like, so you can't record from your phone anymore.
Why would they do that?
They said
in the world we live in
and
now.
right, and this is super first world problem.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, whack, super inconvenient. Strike 2. It's strike 2.
I'm hot at them
Come
anyway.
on DirecTV.
They went up on me
DirecTV
because I'm
stream
hot at
rain is
them.
dumb. When it rains,
Nah,
dumb.
that's old school.
As you tell
A lot of
today,
improvements.
I'm telling you, man.
Somebody, a sales rep right now from AT&T or DirecTV can gas me up right now. I'm hot at Comcast.
Come
You know.
on.
DirecTV, man, I can't bang with DirecTV, but I can bang with Uverse. Uverse is solid. But you don't take away something that I'm out on the go.
Yeah.
I need to record Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I can't record Saturday Night Live.
Solid episode last night.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Chuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
What was the reason? They give a reason.
they said that they were switching it to you would something about their silver or like platinum customers.
Oh, so you got to be a certain.
They want another $20.
They want another $20 to use.
I
it.
can't give it to them.
I can't give them another $20.
Not another-
Nah, they already got 20 out of them. They ain't
They
telling me
already got 200 out of them.
Yeah, they already got. Yeah, about
Love
that
that
much.
money.
They ain't tell they were taking that, and they went up. I'm hot at them. Don't give me something for free. I'm hot at them.
There's no
for
more
real.
weeks. Everything paid for.
Everything
Yeah,
is
but I'm
paid
hot
for.
at them.
But
though.
you hate giving it away.
Come on, man.
Like that, but everything paid for.
Yeah, we ain't worried about it.
Yeah.
6 months up, but everything. You know what I'm saying? 6 months up. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm hot about it.
Still hot about it for sure.
Make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Beyond Pod, YouTube, and of course the SoundCloud page to catch up on the full archive of past episodes. Simply search Full Sport Press Podcast. And after you do that, check out the On That TV Hip Hop Podcast with Animal Brown and Spike Lee each and every Wednesday. This week's show is the best featured rapper episode.
It's gotta
Yeah.
be Drake. It's gotta be Drake.
Okay.
Wayne
Wayne
was
had a
tough in his,
run.
hey,
Wayne had a run.
Wayne was tough when he was in his bag.
Yeah,
Drake, of course.
of course.
Got Big Sean is currently
Mm.
very good on his features. Fab is the king of features.
Jada was the king
Jada.
feature for a while.
I don't know
for
if Fab
sure.
was the king
Nah,
of it.
Fab got busy. Fab got busy on features.
Jada got some
Not
some
better
gems.
than Fab though.
Jada had some.
He had some
gems.
classic lines,
Yeah.
for sure, some classic features.
Yeah.
But come on, Fab.
I don't know
Oh,
about
so
that.
you saying right now Fab is your pick,
Like,
number one feature artist? If you need a feature, you going Fab.
oh, I mean, I'm going to get Drake.
You gonna get Drake right now?
Yeah,
Right.
I'm saying, but back in the day, give me Fab, man. Fab was tough on the feature.
But you gonna get Drake right now over?
Anybody. Yeah. Yeah.
Look what he did for Block Boy J.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Look what
that's
he did for the
true. Look what he did
Migos.
for Migos.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Look what he did for McConaughey.
I think he want that stricken from his record though.
That's a great song.
Yeah, it is.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
Yo, the Ladies Room podcast, man. You check out Rizzo and Anne-Marie to find out what the ladies are really talking about in the Ladies Room. You catch up on past episodes and follow the Ladies Room podcast on IG and Facebook. One time for Coach Locke.
Shout out to the ladies.
Most definitely. Shout them out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Anne-Marie.
Yeah, Fresh for Dummies, man. Me and my dog Animal Brown, self-help fashion podcast directly related to improving everyday fashion. You can catch our latest issue. Should Drake leave Nike for Adidas? It's up right now, directly for the coach. And follow the show IG page at Fresh for Dummies.
I got some smoke for y'all for that episode.
Talk to me.
A lot of Westbrook hate. Oh, them Westbrook White Knots. Right
Yeah,
there.
for sure. I need to see these Westbrook Why
I
Nots,
was about to
man.
bring them in. this
Yeah,
week,
for sure, man. Bring them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they still in the. Have you put them on yet? No.
Nah, I ain't been to the court. Just do strictly hooping.
I got on Kobe's right now, bro.
Just do strictly hooping.
I got on Kobe's right now.
Just for you, yes or no? Should Drake leave?
Should Drake leave Nike for Adidas?
Yes or no?
No.
I knew you was gonna say that.
I mean, just because
I mean, y'all have already discussed it, but
Yeah, I mean, check it out.
He'll never get a signature shoe at Nike though.
he will never ever. That's the thing about Nike; they don't give signature shoes out to non-athletes. Hell, it's hard to get one if you're an athlete. You hear that thing about Kawhi Leonard?
Yeah, they installed with the contract.
Yeah, he's not wearing Nikes. I mean Jordans anymore.
Huh.
He was only getting $500,000 a year, y'all, from Nike.
Well, Jimmy Butler took.
He took that.
Yeah.
Like Kawhi negotiated $500,000, no signature shoes.
Are you gonna wear the Air Kawhi? No. Let's be real.
He has no selling ability.
Let's just be real.
Let's just keep it a buck.
But the why not though? They comfortable.
They
Yeah, I do
look
what I
like
want.
trash.
Say it again, please.
Yeah, I do what I want.
Why you look at me for?
You can read up on your favorite FSP co-host.
Yeah.
Purchase your FSP merchandise and catch up on past episodes from the other shows on the network we just mentioned. How do you do that, you ask? Just simply search www.realvillemedia.com. Tell a friend to support the real. OMG!
definitely. RMG, man. Jeff, you got 10 good wrestling seconds.
Oh yeah.
Let's get it cracking.
It looked like the Fox Network has tossed its hat in the ring and hopes to acquire the rights to WWE Network programming. And that's not really a big thing because it doesn't come up until next year. However, I just like the fact that we get to see people on Fox like Colin Cowherd, Jason Whitlock, who have dogged wrestling in the past. Saying people who like wrestling, adults who like wrestling are booger eaters, have to actually go to wrestling events now and have been recorded saying how much fun they had and things like that because they have to sell the network on it now.
Yeah.
So that's been fun for me this week to watch that.
Now, you know what where it coming from? XFL.
No, it's coming.
He's setting that up for the XFL.
Well, it's coming from that, and it's coming from the fact that Fox put all their money into launching FX1, and they haven't put a dent in ESPN yet. And they spent all their money on Skip, spent all their money on Colin, and different people, and they haven't put a dent in those ratings.
Same thing Nike does to try to keep up with Adidas.
Yeah.
Or Adidas does to keep up with Nike.
So they need something. And they're even talking about as much as if they get Raw, putting Raw on network TV. It's never been on network TV. They're thinking about putting it on Monday on Fox, the actual Fox channel, not FX1. So that's a big step.
It's a big deal, man.
Yeah.
For sure. 10 good wrestling seconds.
Yeah,
So, question of the week, fellas.
Hey.
$100,000 is on the line.
Okay.
To successfully complete this, you will get $100,000. First things first, you have to make 8 NBA threes, not corner threes, in 60 seconds. Okay, it's first one. Second, that's it.
That's easy.
Ain't nobody in this room doing that.
I'll take it right now.
Successfully, the second one is successfully not drop any passes in the NFL scouting combine wide receiver drill. Third, not commit any errors at the shortstop position playing 4 innings in the spring training MLB game. And last but not least, complete a par 3 course if you're given 8 strokes. Pause.
Dude, pro athletes can't do the shit you just said, dude.
Say $100,000 on the line.
That's all I know.
What can you do? What do you think would be the easiest for you to
Give me
do
60 seconds.
to make 8 NBA threes?
Yeah.
From the actual, not the corners, but from the top of the key.
Top of the key. Give me top of the key.
Yeah.
Give
8
me that
NBA
now.
threes.
Give me that now.
In 60 seconds,
In
you make
60
8.
seconds. I'll take that right now.
Jeff, you ain't gonna make that.
Ball in the car.
Huh?
Ball in the car.
He said put my car.
No, ball's in the car.
His ball,
Yeah,
the basketball
is in the trunk.
Alright.
Yeah.
If you want to feel like that, but
Yeah.
I think the easiest one for me with the $100,000 on the line is not dropping any passes in NFL scouting combine wide receiver draft.
Yeah. That's what I would do. So I ain't dropping no passes.
Man, the deep ball pause.
Yeah.
You're not hitting
That's
3. Not 60
What
seconds.
you bet?
60 seconds.
What you bet?
Whatever you make these in yourself.
Indoor, outdoor.
It don't matter.
All right, just let me know when you want to do it. We can record that.
Oh my goodness.
Confident.
Yeah. Start from the outside, man.
I like that.
Yeah.
The camera's always on.
Yeah, camera's always on.
No, it's definitely.
Yeah.
Tweet some questions during the show at Full
I
Sport
think gonna
Press.
hit 3 threes.
Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page. On the iTunes page, please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Everything paid for, baby. Tell a friend.
To tell her friend.
You got me wound up, man.
I got fun on the show, man.
Yeah, nah, for sure. The Revolution will be podcasted. Before we get started, first half,
That's coming up, Carl. You ready?
you have a poll question for the people.
Yes, sir. I do got a poll
Let
question.
the people hear.
The poll question this week is: who will make a final run to make the playoffs? From the East, Charlotte Bobcats, Detroit Pistons. From the West, Utah Jazz, and Los Angeles Clippers.
Is that the question?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think give me the 4.
The Utah Jazz. From the East.
Yeah.
From the West, the Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
LA Clippers.
Yeah. Okay, so I think the team that will make it, since there's no way that the Lakers will make it, but the Clippers or the Jazz have the best chance, and I'm putting my money on the Clippers because they have the best coach out of the two. So they give me Doc and the Clippers for sure. What about you, Joe?
If you have to go between those two teams,
Or Utah?
I think it's the Lakers.
No,
You know,
Lakers.
you know they're not mentioned. Lakers are playing the best basketball of those 3 teams right now.
I thought I put Lakers on there when they were.
But if you just going off those 2 teams, I got Utah.
Yeah.
It's
What about the East?
From the East, I got Detroit.
No.
Why not?
No. There's no way that they can make ground on Charlotte.
They the ninth.
Yeah, listen,
Detroit's in the ninth spot.
that's what I'm saying.
So then we got one more spot.
I'm telling you, Detroit as a team, they're not playing really good right now.
Yeah.
They're just not playing good basketball right now.
And it sucks because I thought, I know we spoke to AB about this.
Mhm.
We had him around. We're on their TV Hip Hop podcast about, acquiring Blake Griffin and what that'll do for them.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work.
Then I just haven't worked. It's a they need Reggie Jackson back.
It's your man.
Nah, I hate Reggie
I
Jackson.
know.
And then with Charlotte, Dwight's playing out his mind.
Yeah.
Kemba's the only person on the team, so it gets tricky. But
Dwight's really playing solid basketball this entire year.
when we did the NBA preview, I said
you
Dwight
did.
would be most improved
You did.
player this year.
You did.
So once that's really good start with the first half, Weezy,
Yes, sir.
let's get it going.
The first half is underway.
First half, man, hottest sports news of the past week, like we do each and every week before we get started. I am Jay Hope.
It's your boy Big Joe.
It's Weezy, man. What's cracking?
Weezy, where can they find you at on social media, champ?
FSP_Weezy on IG.
Yeah. Where you at on Twitter?
Twitter quiet right now. Twitter quiet.
Yeah, real quiet.
Yeah, I got some trouble on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. You Twitter jail?
I got some trouble on Twitter. Chill out a little bit.
Oh, okay. All right.
They
There
break
it is.
They breaking back to
You hacked. You got hacked.
Yeah, I hope I got hacked.
Oh, okay.
I'm in a little trouble on Twitter.
So where you at with it, Jeff?
Goodness. Jay Easley 84 across all social media platforms.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm Jay Hove everywhere. Catch me if you can. I am the gingerbread man on all social medias for sure.
How's the kingdom look?
It's quiet. It's quiet. Quiet. Send a request though. For sure. Send a request. Come holler at your boy, man. Let's get started first half with the 2018 NFL Combine. On Friday, the offensive linemen and the running backs took the field. On Saturday, the quarterbacks and wide receivers and tight ends took the field. And on Sunday, the linebackers and D linemen took the field. And on Monday, the DBs and safeties will take the field. So let's get started with the winners and losers of the NFL Combine so far. Who you got, Joe?
One of my winners, I would have to say, is Shaq Griffin.
Yeah.
I think he really proved something this weekend, man. He's still allowed to take 4.38.
4.38.
Yeah.
Moving. Yeah, nah, for sure. What, like 230, 240?
I think he made himself a first round pick.
I don't think so, but I think you should. If he's not taken within the first 2 rounds, somebody's gonna regret that. He's got a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, you want that in the football.
Yeah, no,
That's something to prove out there.
yeah, no, for sure. My winner, of course, was Saquon Barkley.
Right.
Clearly the number 1 prospect in the whole draft in my eyes.
Yeah, but did he surprise you anytime? He did.
Well, I mean, I knew he would test well, but I didn't think he would test this well, considering the fact that he was 233, 5'11", ran a 4.4, went crazy on the bench. Him and Nick Chubb, 29 reps. How many reps you got on that 225, Weedy?
3.
No, on the 225.
3.
No, I'm saying how many reps do you have at 225 pounds?
3.
No, you don't. You don't have 1 rep at 225. 225 is heavy.
What you got?
I might have 2.
I got 3. You heard me? 3.
Nah, hell no. Nah. That's,
Oh,
if you got 3.
You saying if you got 3, I can
I
do
got
20.
10 then. If you got 3, you can't even do.
If you do 10, Coach, I can do 30.
What coach I got to do with me?
I'm just saying, that's how you do me like that.
Nah, for sure. I got 3.
That's gonna get blocked out.
Nah, but he definitely you can't do 225 one time.
I'm about to max one time.
No way.
I guarantee I can max it one time.
Whatever you want to bet. Whatever you want to bet.
You got me all the way.
Yeah.
I take all that. Come on.
Everybody wants some of that.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait. Sign me up for that. My another winner that I had was Antonio Callaway. He was a troubled wide receiver in Florida. He sat down with the staff. Yeah, for sure, go Gators. And he asked, to come back for his senior year. They told him he would be on a short leash. So in turn, he said, you know what? Put my name in the draft. Go out and run a 4.4. And did great on his wide receiver drill. So it was never a question if he had talent.
Right.
I just think he was trying to get it in between his ears, man. He'll be straight.
You know how troubled you have to be
Right.
for Florida to say,
Yeah.
you know what?
I don't disrespect his life. Don't
You know what?
disrespect his life.
You know what, son?
Go pro.
Go for
Yeah.
it.
You know who else look good? Josh Allen from Wyoming, man.
Yeah.
He looked good, man.
Yeah.
I think as far as the NFL Combine is concerned, he looked the best out of the quarterbacks. He looked better than
In the
Josh Allen.
combine,
Yeah.
Baker look good.
He didn't look better than Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, he just got a big arm, man. That's
Nah,
it.
man.
He was throwing it.
He was
to
throwing
10.
He threw 70 yards. He threw 70 yards.
When the boy said, he's just showing out
Nah, for real. Footwork look good. I'm telling you, man. Coming from Wyoming, man, he might do it. On the run. Yeah, for sure. I got 50 on the
Oh, here we. I knew he was gonna say that.
Let's move on with the losers, man. Who you guys are loser, Weezy?
Lamar Jackson.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
He didn't do anything but throw, and what he did throw didn't look great.
Yeah. He was there to prove that he was playing at the quarterback
I know.
position.
Cam Newton was there to prove he played quarterback too. He did everything else.
We can't compare Cam
Michael
Newton.
Vick was one of those.
That was the number one pick in the draft. There were two people that went number one in the draft.
I'm just telling you, they was in that same boat.
Yeah. No, there's no. Lamar Jackson is a fringe first round. Might not even make it in the second round.
RG3 did the same thing. He did everything. Tebow.
Everybody you're talking about are top two picks, and Tim Tebow is the best college quarterback to ever pick up damn football. So.
Tim Tebow did the
Come
same
on,
thing.
Jay.
No, he is.
Colin Kaepernick did the same thing.
Anyway, who you guys are losing?
JT Barrett, man.
JT Barrett.
Yeah, I feel like, I know he's not the sexy name to bring up
For
for
sure.
quarterback,
Yeah.
but I thought he could really play his way into someone looking at him later on in the draft. He definitely disappointed.
Yeah.
He
I mean,
looked good.
Herb has a tough time developing NFL quarterbacks.
Okay.
Clearly.
He has good college quarterbacks, but he has a really tough time. Even from his years at Florida all the way to Ohio State, there haven't been any quarterbacks that made it to the NFL. So
It
I think
stayed.
it just
Alex
been,
Smith.
that was in Utah.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
best quarterback he ever coached.
Ever coached. I remember he had OJ Jacobs, OJ Bowling Green.
Shout out to you.
And now for sure, he was a beast.
Yeah, Tim Tebow. I mean, he had.
He had Tim Tebow for sure. We got 2 championships in 2006
He had Cam
and one
Newton.
in two.
He had Cam Newton at one point.
He
He
did
got Tim Tebow and Cam Newton.
for sure on the same team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at that squad.
yeah.
Wow.
That's
That's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Cam for getting up out of there. He knew what was up.
He knew exactly. He had to write on the wall. And one of my biggest losers was Orlando Brown.
Okay.
This guy was going to be one of the first O-linemen taken.
Mhm.
And he had the worst athletic displays I've ever seen at the NFL scouting combine. He ran a 5.85. That's just
Goodness gracious.
dude, terrible. His
I don't know if that's in that bathroom.
his vertical jump was a 19 and a half. He ran a 5 flat forward. So if you run it backwards, that thing is 7. Easy. Yeah, but
looking at you though.
yeah, I ain't paying attention to weed. Brown lumbered through this whole NFL scouting combine. He might have played his way right to the 3rd round. That's how bad he was. He looked pedestrian, man.
Yeah.
Dead ass, like Weezy can get off of the couch and go do the same thing. What's your vertical? 19 and a half? Easy.
22.
Ain't a lot, Jim.
I'm just telling you.
Ain't a lot.
What's yours?
I got about 31.
Oh, God.
Real.
Oh,
Easy. I got a long arms. That'll be a cheat, though. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but all in all, the combine this year was pretty solid. I like watching it. It's one of my favorites.
Is it just me? Or was this like a consistently like a speed combine? Or,
Nah,
you know,
last year people was moving.
I think speed was down this year, honestly.
really?
Yeah, man.
A
People
lot
was
of
moving.
4.4s out there, like a consistent 4.4s across the board though.
Yeah, 4-4 ain't nothing to play with.
Yeah, I mean, you can't sneeze at that. I know
Nah.
with the 4.2, whatever, my
4.2,
man
4
ran,
John
you know,
Ross,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
It was a lot
Those
of,
look good.
Yeah,
There was a lot of big wide receivers that just couldn't run.
yeah,
Like, that college big wide receiver, it's not going to pan out in the NFL. They look like tight ends out there.
yeah.
They was running 4.8s.
They're probably converted to the tight end. You can't guard
Yeah,
them.
you can't guard them there.
That's true. You know what I'm saying?
That's
You one hamburger away, man.
everybody.
Let's keep it in the NFL, y'all. After all these years, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Dez called
Dez called it.
Dez called
You excited about that?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The NFL is looking to make changes to the controversial catch rule.
Mm-hmm.
The change will be the much debated survive the ground portion of the catch.
Mm-hmm.
How I feel about that?
That cost me so much money right there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. No, for sure.
I need a refund on that for real.
That's true.
That
You might
cost
need
me
to,
a
you might need
lot
to
of
look into your receipt for that
Yeah,
one. In the world that we live in with this super slow mo,
yeah.
it had to be revisioned. Like, it's a big deal. I think with the NFL, they have to kind of make sure that the element of, everybody's a human. These guys are human. But if you have this big ass super slow mo replay in every arena or stadium, it's hard to kind of argue and say, hey, this is the human era works. So in turn, hell yeah, I think it's good for the NFL.
I mean, that too, and the fact that the normal fan is just confused
Mm-hmm.
on what a catch is.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You can't have that. Like, you
Yeah.
have people watching your game saying, okay, now what's that? Like,
Yeah.
why is it not a catch and why is it
I
not?
just don't know what the big deal is. NFL has all this money, all the technology. They
Too
get,
smart for them. Good.
yeah, they get a new company every year
They do.
on technology, and they can't figure the shit out. It's unbelievable.
I agree.
I don't like it.
Yeah, and they're also looking to hire coaches from playoff teams. They're going to stop that. So, like the way Josh McDaniels spurned the Colts, they're looking to revision that as well, just to kind of make sure that because they hired a whole staff,
That was crazy.
and in turn they had to keep that staff. So
Yeah.
whoever took that job has to go in with that staff, not the staff that they want. They have to go to the staff that was hired. So I think they're trying to cover backs with that as well. So I don't know, man. But the NFL, good changes all in all.
You needed to make that was the one you had to address. It was just getting out of hand.
Ah, yeah, for sure. They're also thinking about changing the interference as far as 15 yards.
They need
Yeah.
to.
They need to.
He's gonna talk about that. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I
think they-
too, Jeff.
yeah. Now for real, that age, like, dude, a lot of calls were taken the wrong way. If you can make an egregious miss
Mhm.
and in turn not be at the 1 yard line compared to being at the 15, and it doesn't take as much skin off the back of
Right.
the defense.
Because as a DB, aren't you taught that once you get beat in a close game?
Yeah.
You know, pull them.
Exactly. So now, what do you think is going to happen now if you're beat for a 70-yard game? I would purposely die for the person's legs to knock him out of bounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
It's not going. It's only going to cost me 15 and not the spot on the foul.
Yeah, I would take 15. You don't want that takes the fun out of the game.
It takes to find the game, but if I'm a DB, well, it's one of those things. I wanted them to make rules changes to help defense. This was the one I was kind of against though, because this one it takes away the skill set of playing defensive back. Because now all I got to do, I'm going back to college. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting to use the sideline as a helpful defender. Of course, we want to do that. But at the end of the day, if I get beat, it's just 15 yards.
Yeah, but you gotta look at it like this. My bad, John.
No, go ahead. With those questionable pass interference calls, it cost some big games.
Right.
Okay.
Like huge games.
Right.
So it can vault a team into scoring territory and swing the whole complexion of the game. So I think that's a big deal, man. You got to do those 15s. I mean, but some
Yeah,
people
I just like, if we out there playing football, and I set Jay up for 2 slants,
Mhm.
then I'm gonna set him up for the big long run. He gonna be tired. He can't go on me 3 straight times,
Mhm.
and then he pulls me down.
It don't cost me nothing. It don't cost them 15 yards.
Cause
You see what I'm saying?
But that 15 though,
15 to
is
50.
better than. But what if it's questionable? I think that's the whole point. If it's a questionable call, and you say, all right, these 15 compared to being at the 1 yard line,
Mhm.
I think it makes the game a lot more appetizing to watch or easier to watch.
I do agree with that perspective. I'm
Yeah.
just saying it changes the thought process of a DB.
Oh, for sure.
That's it.
That's 100%.
I'm not going to give. It's not going to cost me the 50 yards if I just trip him right now.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
true. It's 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll help the game. Yeah, for sure. Let's move on to college basketball. How things change in a week. Arizona men's basketball coach Sean Miller on Thursday vehemently denied an ESPN report about an alleged pay-to-play conversation he had about DeAndre Ayton.
Sure did.
Now, Sean Miller came out fighting, proclaiming his innocence, and in the process announcing he will stay as Arizona's head basketball coach. Now, when he came out to play Oregon, he was greeted with cheers, Jeff, during his first game back on the sideline. I even heard commentators come out as to say Sean Miller will never coach again. Sean Miller's career is over.
Yeah.
I don't respect Sean Miller the way I did, a couple of years back. And now you go out and say, well, I love the way he came out and vehemently denied this, and he's thinking about suing the NCAA and ESPN. How did things change so fast?
That's a great question, man. I don't know. He knows something.
He knows where the bodies are buried.
He knows something that it's something. It may be something else in that tape they don't want to get out.
Mm-hmm.
So in turn, it's like, all right, man, you spared this time. Just don't do it again.
Yeah, I just never, ever seen the narrative of such
On
an
a dime.
egregious
On a dime.
story. Like there's things agents can pay to play, but coaches can never say, "Hey, I'm going to pay." That is a death sentence.
Yeah.
And for him to be able to go and coach and getting greeted, and I'm talking about cheered. I ain't never seen anything like. What you about to say?
and he lost his
He lost some
signing.
horses. Yeah, he lost a 4-star point guard. He lost Sharif O'Neal. Lost JQ, Javon Quinterly a couple of months back. So
I mean, there's so many names in the pot right now. They almost have to let him because he can snitch on everybody. He knows something we don't know.
you want me to go ahead and say it?
Go ahead.
What if this was Avery Johnson? What if this was Avery Johnson did that?
He good. He Alabama. He good.
No, I'm saying, what if this was Avery Johnson in the same situation?
he couldn't do
That's all I need to hear.
this. Let's move back to the NFL.
Mhm.
y'all. Having a clear understanding that most NFL rookie contracts have been lined up on a set pay scale, Lamar Jackson decided against hiring a manager at this time and representing himself during the combine and having his mom as his quote unquote manager.
Right.
How smart was it?
I think it was great. I mean, listen, like what you said.
Yeah.
The times for Jamarcus Russell $100 million contracts, it's over with.
Yeah.
They have negotiated to a point where you're just giving an agent that 10% just to negotiate something that's already negotiated. It's a sliding scale.
Right.
So why not just give that money to keep it yourself?
Yeah.
Or your mom being your manager now is fine. The only thing that will prohibit him from doing is getting endorsement deals.
Yeah.
So maybe, he'll still have the NFLPA, but it'll be hard to get Nike or yogurt deals or Head and Shoulders, whatever the case may
But
be.
isn't there a difference between your agent and your manager? Isn't
Yeah,
there a
totally
difference?
different.
So
Yeah.
she's not gonna be his agent. He still have an agent, right?
No, he won't have an agent. Yeah. I mean, Richard Sherman didn't have an agent.
Yeah, but he's proven, Jack. Don't
No,
can't.
I'm saying when he first came into the league.
Yeah.
He went to Stanford too.
Yeah, I mean, so, what's the difference? What's the difference between him
come
going to
on.
Stanford and him going to Louisville?
You're gonna go there. I'm just telling you, Stanford's a big difference.
No, what's the difference?
So academically?
Yeah, come on, man. Don't play on hot dog like that.
What do you mean? I mean, whatever. Only thing he could do is negotiate and navigate through the backroom interactions to get endorsement deals. But this is the thing about his mom. His mom is just there to prepare him for his NFL draft preparation. That's it.
That's it.
That's
That's
all
what I'm
she
saying. Just
do.
for the combine, just
That's
for right
it.
now. It's not forever. This is just for right now when he knows what money he's gonna get coming in.
That's not true.
Keep it in the house.
That's not true. Have y'all seen these guys get drafted and not go to camp for weeks and weeks and weeks? That's because
Since
of
when?
money. What you mean since when?
You can pick two. There's two different situations.
Yeah.
There is a sliding scale for you to get your money up front, and then there's a sliding scale to get the money more backloaded.
What I'm trying to tell you is
Leonard Fournette got $27 million guaranteed. That was it. That's it. And there's nothing that he could.
yeah.
What are you negotiating?
Yeah, he can get that because he's proven.
Yeah.
He's proven. Lamar Jackson's not going to get that. He's not even going to get $6 million.
I think what Jay trying to say is already predetermined as to where you get drafted from, what you can make.
That's it.
So why would I pay somebody to negotiate something that's not even going to be there? It's like going
You
to
can't negotiate.
It's like going to CarMax. You can't negotiate a car price from CarMax.
Okay,
Yeah.
you
know what I mean?
okay, hold on. Y'all just said Leonard Fournette get $27 million guaranteed, right?
That was when he got drafted. His
Last
contract was done.
Yeah.
Once you get drafted, that is your price. That's how much you get.
That's what the NFL Players Association gave
It's
up.
it's over with.
So all rookies get the same.
Yes.
Pretty much.
And
That's
he,
not true.
the first
Jackson
pick
got
is
$11 million.
the first pick, the second pick. It's a
It's
sliding
a sliding
scale.
scale for those for where you were selected.
Yeah.
It's already predetermined what you can make. It's to help against. They decided with that to help against people that were first round pick draft bust,
Yeah.
paying them so much money.
They were
People
getting more
holding
money.
out and stuff like the quarterbacks were holding out and getting paid out. I believe it was the Sam Bradford thing.
Yeah, Sam Bradford, for sure, he's the last person.
Yeah, they got a big deal like that.
Bro, what it's
I still
doing,
think y'all downplaying
it
this thing.
prohibits-
Y'all downplaying it.
there's players that were playing in the NFL, Pro Bowlers,
Mhm.
all pro players, and it was a rookie coming in getting more money than him. And that had to be fixed, and they fixed that.
No, I understand Jamal
Yes.
Russell. He missed a
Just
big
say,
deal.
period. Any first round pick.
That was just one of the most egregious ones. But
Yeah.
that was the one. Those contracts like that is why they did that.
Well, so would you represent your son if he was in the draft right now?
She's not representing him. You gotta stop saying that.
That's what you say. You say he's a manager. That's what you say.
Manager is not your agent. The NFLPA is his agent, and his agent is that's free. First off, that's when you sign the NFL contract, you get that lawyer for free.
Right.
And in turn, all they do is say, "Hey, you're going to be a 35th pick in the draft. You get this, this, and this, and this." There's no negotiating this, and this. That's what you get. You don't sign the contract, you don't play. You can't negotiate to get $10 million more dollars. It's over with for that. They did it. What's that mean? Let's keep it in the world of NAA. I say NAACP. Let's keep it in the world of non-profit NCAA college football. Apparently, not landing the #1 recruiting class in the FBS this winter really stung the Alabama Crimson Tide. The University of Alabama already features the most successful football program in the nation, and its recruiting efforts are about to get a huge boost. The University of Alabama Board of Trustees have approved a $2 million recruiting lounge for Nick Saban's Crimson Tide. The recruiting lounge will be a 7,000 square feet renovated space on the first and second floors of the Mal Moore Athletic Facility. This will also include upgraded finishes, of course, audio-visual systems, new lighting, and new graphic features. Big deal, little deal, no deal.
This is a huge deal.
Huge deal. Huge deal. Oh, yeah.
This how you respond. Oh, we didn't get it this time?
Yeah.
We're going to get it next
We're
year.
going to get it next year.
Yeah.
Oh, most definitely.
Anything he gets, he deserves. Anything I get, yeah, he deserves.
You talking about like Alabama?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you got to look at it. Yeah, he's proven.
Good money spent.
Second national championship in 3 years, and the fifth since Saban took over in 2007. So things will be just fine in Tuscaloosa in the next couple of years. They got a quarterback.
They got two.
They have a quarterback.
They got two.
They have a quarterback. Anybody want to bet and say Jalen Hurts never plays this year?
Yeah.
Unless it's an injury?
He'll start.
You going to start where?
Don't shake my
Start where? You're not starting Alabama.
So you saying
Tua.
He's a transfer.
He should have transferred immediately after that game.
He knows. He's been promised something.
Whatever you want to bet.
No, not betting. I'm just, but you can kind of, the way they're wording their statements right now, he's been promised something.
You can get a shot in training.
Tua was ready to leave last year, him not being a starter. He gets in, wins a national championship for these people. You mean to tell me that he's not going to start day one? He was filling out like people. Hey, Oregon's, USC's. Hey, I'm thinking about transferring because I've been outplaying this dude in front of me, which is my friend.
Yeah. Keep
the
that in mind.
whole year.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah, they're friends.
They are friends.
But he's outplayed him the whole year.
Okay.
The whole team was saying it. Even when what's the kid's name? Your coach. Lane Kiffin goes out and says, "No, listen. Tua outplayed him the whole summer, even going into the year. He's the better pro quarterback.
Yeah.
Everybody knows this. Yeah. There's no way this kid's not starting
game. But
does
one. That offense need a pro quarterback or just someone who can lead?
It's never had a pro quarterback, so it's going to be even better.
Yeah.
It's never had a pro quarterback.
AJ McCarron's a pro quarterback.
Yeah, but he's not. I'm talking about not like this kid. He can't.
He's not. That's true. He's not like this kid for sure.
Shout out to Lane. Did you see what Lane Kiffin said?
One boy side.
I pick my coordinators on how judging by their wives. If they can recruit from their wives,
What's not the same thing?
I'm like, oh my god. Anyway, all right, let's move back to the NFL. Papa John's is no longer the pizza of the NFL.
Shout out Papa John.
Talking about the job.
The NFL Papa John's have made a decision to shift from their official league sponsorship and to focus on a partnership with 22 local teams in the NFL. Yeah. Funny how life comes at you kind of fast.
Super fast. Yeah, Papa had a very bad 4 months, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Papa John.
Down 12%.
Shout out to Papa John's, man.
It's just
shout out to Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut for the win.
Yeah,
for sure.
OG.
They want to talk about that.
Yeah. If you look at Papa John's, this is Papa John's is not a, how can I say it? It's not as big as Pizza Hut as a whole, as a national brand.
It was getting there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the NFL was helping
it. The NFL helped it out.
But yeah, this is way more. This is a Pizza Hut thing. This is something that Pizza Hut deserves. It's not a better pizza.
Pizza's a better pizza.
You're a damn lie.
You're a damn lie.
Papa John's is the best fast food pizza in the game. Number three.
We've talked about this already.
Behind Hut.
It's Pizza Hut.
Domino's is trash.
Domino's got better.
Domino's, when they change their recipe.
Domino's is so bad. That shit is rubber.
That's Little Caesars.
No, sure.
Shout out to Little Caesars.
Yeah, Little Caesars. Easy.
I ain't worked Caesars in a long time.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. Papa John's is numero uno as fast food pizzas. It's not even close.
Nah,
Pizza Hut is trash.
Pizza Hut is the gold standard.
No, it's not. No, hell no.
Put their top on the bottom.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I'm sorry?
Papa John's put their top up under the cheese.
Oh, Papa John's does?
Yeah.
I love it.
It's like New York style, though. I think it was in Chicago style. I think it's New York style.
Chicago style.
Okay.
Yeah. Either way, this is it's a big win for Pizza Hut. And it's not a huge loss. They still have, 22 teams that they represent. Not a big deal. But they got to get Papa ass out of there. They need to go back to Louisville and do some shit. For sure. Y'all ready to start with halftime?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
We're at the midway point. Enjoy all of the halftime festivities.
Halftime, we have another installment of Coach Brown's 2-minute drill. Coach Brown's a former TSU tight end and the current defensive coordinator for Hillsborough High School in Nashville, Tennessee. Shout out to the Burrows. Coach Brown will give an insight on hot topics from a former player and a current coach's perspective. Let's see what Coach Brown has to say this week.
Good evening. I am Coach Brown, and welcome to Coach Brown's 2-minute drill. This evening, we are going to be talking about the value of the NFL running back. There's a lot of depth at the running back position. We've seen Barkley out of Penn State. He has lit it up. We have a lot of secondary running backs that are doing great. We have two guys for the Bulldogs that are doing excellent, lighting it up as well. Bo Scarborough, a lot of running backs in this draft. Now, my question, FSP, is, has the value of the running back gone up? Rookie running backs who had a very successful year last year, McCaffrey with the Panthers, had a very successful year. Leonard Fournette, Kareem Hunt, Alvin Kamara won Offensive Rookie of the Year. So because of that success, and you know this is a copycat league, our GMs, our coaches, our franchise is going to draft running backs a little earlier than usual this year. Moving on. Not going to do Bum of the Week this week. We're going to do Boss of the Week because I feel that this story needs to be said. Shaquem Griffin, outside linebacker, UCF, has one arm. He won Defensive Player of the Year in his conference last year with one arm. He participated in the 225 bench test and got 20 reps with a prosthetic on his left arm. Now, if that's not being a boss, I don't know what is. Somebody's going to draft him. He's a heck of a player. I don't care if he has one arm or not. He goes out there and he balls. Now, that's inspiration if I've ever seen it before. Boss up. Hey, Shaquem Griffin, you're a boss, man. Keep doing your thing. Hey, I am the coach, Coach Brown that is, Rue, and I'm gone.
And that is another installment of Coach Brown's 2-minute drill. The first thing we'll talk about, are coaches respecting running backs more in 2018?
I believe so. I think with Ezekiel Elliott's performances and people like David Johnson, Le'Veon Bell, things like that.
Yeah.
Maybe not the bell cow running back, every down guy, but they know they need him more. They need a guy there.
Yeah, it definitely started with Todd Gurley when he came in the league.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. He brought back the number one back, into the NFL as a rookie coming in. He had 1,000 his rookie year, very productive year. Then you go on to like what you say, Zeke, and then this year with
Saquon.
McCaffrey's and Fournette's.
Yeah,
for sure. McCaffrey's.
We're going to see McCaffrey. We're going to see him.
You don't see them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Oh, and last but not least, Shaq. Should your Titans give a first-round pick?
He's a 25.
He's a player, man.
How you feel about that, Weezy?
I don't know.
He can play in Buffalo.
Defensive Player of the Year.
He can play in Buffalo.
In his conference. He led UCF to a quote-unquote national championship in there.
It depends on who's available. Christian Kirk's like, I'm Christian Kirk. But if he's not, come on, Shaq.
Come on, Shaq. For sure. You ready to start the second half?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
The second half is underway.
Second half, 2018 NFL free agency is here. We're starting with the offense before we get started. I'm J Ho.
It's your boy, Big Jeff.
He said that it was cool.
Yeah. You top 99.
I almost coughed, man.
You top 99.
He said that.
He had a neck
Quiet
roll
storm,
and
but
everything.
it's your boy, Big Jeff.
It's your boy, Big Jeff.
I was trying to do that right
Buff
there.
that. Take that.
He said that is
Yeah,
quiet
for
storm
sure.
voice.
What's your name? We're waiting on you, champ. We're just waiting on you.
Come on, let's roll, man.
What's your name?
Nah, I'm not even gonna go there. Come on, let's roll.
Tweet us with questions during the show. Full Sport Press. For sure. Let's get it going.
Sometimes I wish the listeners could hear the in between.
Nah, he got me. He played me hot dog. He got me messed up.
He said that at least 5 times today.
Yeah, for sure. Hot dog, for sure. We're still 2 weeks away from the opening of NFL free agency across the NFL. And there's already been enough speculation about this year's top free agents to fill a whole stadium, Jeff. Now, for every free agent, there's a team that appears to check every box. There's a need for it. So there's a fit and the room to sign the player to a contract, for sure. For each top free agent, there's a landing spot that's just perfect. And we are here working as GMs today to play general manager for each of the top NFL offensive free agents for 2018. We'll start off with the quarterbacks. First quarterback we will talk about is 39-year-old Drew Brees. Plays for New Orleans Saints. What's the best case scenario for Drew Brees?
Stay in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Stay, right?
They're going to pay him and he's going to stay.
He don't want to leave there.
Nah.
He is New Orleans.
Yeah.
39 years old, though, y'all.
Yeah. And he balled last year.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they're going to drop a quarterback this year. It's sitting there around.
They have to.
They're going to drop a quarterback.
I mean, yeah, that's smart money
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
They still got Chase Daniels, but who is it?
And they can't franchise tag him.
Nah.
Because if he did it the open market, I think he would have no shortage of suitors to get him, because you need a quarterback.
You need that.
And he is the quarterback. So I think everybody thinks he should stay.
In a perfect world, what if
Mhm.
he went to Denver?
Oh, shit. The world in trouble. I'm telling you.
What if he went to Denver?
The
Yeah.
world is in trouble.
But let's think as a GM, though.
Mm-hmm.
If you sign Drew Brees,
Yeah.
how many years you sign him to?
1 year.
1 year.
Yeah, I'm going to do all 1 year.
And you hoping for 2.
Maybe 2.
Yeah,
Maybe 2. I think
sign
Drew-
for 1 and you hoping for 2.
Yeah. Yeah. I could do it 1 year, then a player option for a second.
How many 1-year deals are there NFL quarterbacks, though?
Mhm.
How many NFL quarterbacks get 1-year deals?
Oh, people get 1 year deals all the
I
time.
didn't see it. I seen franchise tags, but I didn't see no top
So-
quarterback get 1-year deal.
NFL 1 year. NFL deals are year to year anyway.
Yeah.
So it would be a
Talking
guaranteed
about the
deal.
guarantee.
Yeah.
It's talking about how you split up the guaranteed money. You split
Yeah.
up into 2 years or 1 year or 3
That's
years.
it.
That's what it's all about. Once the guaranteed money is over, you can cut them.
Yeah. And speaking of
Mhm.
guaranteed money,
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins,
Hey.
29-year-old, plays for the football team in Washington.
Get
Mhm.
paid, Kirk Cousins. Don't get paid.
He's coming off a 4,025 touchdown season.
Me.
People, listen, now Jeff is not the biggest fan
Absolutely.
of Kirk Cousins, but 4,025 touchdowns.
Send this need that.
And didn't play with nobody.
Yeah.
Play with Terrell Pryor.
Play with
TP.
a bum. Play with a bum. He's already a free agent.
Already.
Already. So this is the thing.
That's my guy.
I think Kirk Cousins, this might be a hot take, is the biggest free agent quarterback since Drew Brees in 2006.
And you'll be a fool not to sign him right now.
You can't argue that. Because
That's it.
his name is polarized.
Yeah.
And what he brings to the field, maybe this is not going to be this may not be a popular take.
Mm-hmm.
What he brings to the field is yet to be defined.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
you don't know what his
You
ceiling
really
we still don't know what his ceiling is yet. I know
No,
he's
you
29, but we don't know what his ceiling is yet.
For sure.
We don't know if that was fool's gold a couple of years in Washington
Yeah.
or if he's more of the interception, injury-prone guy. We don't know
Sure.
that yet. So it's like to see.
So what is his best free agency option? Because he's not going back to Washington.
Yeah, of course. They got Alex Smith.
Yeah.
Denver or the Jets?
You got to pick one.
Denver or the Jets? I said the Jets. If you want to get the big money, but Denver if he wants to win.
Okay. What about you, Jeff?
That's an easy one, yeah. Probably Denver.
Yeah.
I
I got him
think
going
Denver-
to the Vikings.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you got it.
I was gonna say Denver. I think is the easiest choice because they're a ready-made team.
Mm-hmm.
So I think him going there really helps them.
I just don't think they have enough. I don't think they have enough money to pay him what he will garner, which is $95 million guaranteed, 145. Let's just keep it a buck. That's what
He's
he's.
in the
That's
market.
that's his market price. So I think the Vikings are in a very unique position relative to teams like the Jets, like the Browns, who also have money, but they have a lot of talent on that Minnesota team. They have Laquan Treadwell. I said him first, like he the best wide receiver. Adam Thielen. They have DP's guy. What's my guy's name?
Running back.
My wide receiver, Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah. So,
Cause let's just be honest, the Denver defense offense is overrated. They don't
yeah.
have anybody.
got
Denver,
some receivers.
Now they got some wide receivers. They got Emmanuel Sanders. They still have Demarius Thomas.
Demarius Thomas is a bum.
No, he just hadn't had a
He
quarterback.
hasn't had a quarterback.
He hadn't had a quarterback in years.
And that's counting
Since
Peyton.
Peyton Manning's first year.
That's counting Peyton.
I'm telling you, listen, he's going to the Vikings because they cleared all the cap space in the world. They got rid of Teddy, they got rid of Sam, and they got rid of Case Keenum.
Yeah.
So they will pay him $95 million, which he wants, and he'll be in Minnesota.
I respect that.
Yeah. The Jets. Why the hell would he do that? You mean who
That's
you?
a lot of money to spend.
Quincy
right
Enunwa? That's who he's throwing to.
Jets got a lot of money to spend right now.
Quincy.
Alright. Don't you laugh?
They have they do have a lot of money to spend, and
Yeah.
they already have a solid defense on the books. I agree with you on that.
So let's move on to Case Keenum, who took over for the Vikings
Mhm.
and had a great year. Basically a Cinderella season, 3,500 passing yards, 22 touchdowns. What's the best free agency option for Case Keenum?
The Browns? It's gonna be like Glennon last year. You sign somebody like Case Keenum, hold the fort down while you draft your quarterback at number one. Hold the fort down until he can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Bring in your first round pick at quarterback, and you're good to go.
Yeah, if Case Keenum goes to the Browns, I feel horrible for him.
It's the same place. I think he's going to the Jets and getting all the money that you talked about.
Okay.
Big 2-year deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same situation.
Same situation.
Good defense, no
Yep.
offense, except for Josh Gordon.
I wish the Vikings would re-sign him.
The Vikings, that doesn't make any sense for them. They'll probably get Mike Glennon as their backup, somebody like that.
Who you saying with the Vikings?
Yeah, the Vikings. Yeah.
So, are we saying Case Keenum is a game manager?
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
This was fool's gold.
Yeah, sure. They had great defense.
It
He was confident too.
His confidence was through the roof, and he came back down to crashing on him in the NFC Championship.
Most definitely.
I don't see that, but okay.
Yeah, let's move on to Teddy Two Gloves.
Hey,
25 years old, man. Minnesota Vikings. This is the mystery box of free agent quarterbacks. We don't really know after the big time injury that he had. He hadn't played in the game since 2015.
Yeah.
Well, started the game since 2015 for sure. So it's one of those things with Teddy. I like Teddy.
we all do. I think it's unanimous.
He can play quarterback. The injury set him back. He almost lost his damn leg.
Right.
You know, so what's the best free agency option for him going into 2018?
That's your Cleveland Browns. This is your Cleveland Browns right
Okay.
here.
All right. Why so?
Who else can take a chance on him?
The Jets. That's who I had to take a chance on.
Mhm.
The Jets. They have the least amount to lose. Other than the Browns are cold. They haven't won a game, and who knows when. I get that. But the Jets, they're playing on house money, and you bring somebody like Teddy in, who's a likable guy, and he attracts other players that may want to come in as well.
He hasn't played in 2 years.
It's better than anything they had a quarterback.
I have him.
He's better than anything they had a quarterback, even when they had a functional quarterback there. You know what I'm saying? He's better than Fitzpatrick.
But okay, we getting Teddy. I think we're giving too much credit because when he was playing, he was just now coming into his own. He
Yeah, for
wasn't
sure.
elite.
No,
He was just coming into his own. Though.
Hey, but
That's
when
what you
did
said.
what elite quarterback they had? Sanchez?
I'm just saying we talking about it like he's elite, like he can come in and start tomorrow. I don't think so.
He can start for the Jets tomorrow.
I think Teddy
Alright.
is a backup quarterback right now. Going into next year, I think he signs a 1-year deal, backs up Ben Roethlisberger.
Solid.
That's what I
I
have
can
him
see
doing.
that.
It just makes it fits the description of everything he's going through, getting his confidence back, playing behind a great quarterback like that will help. You know, they drafted Josh Dobbs. He's not the quarterback of the future.
I think he is.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
I think
I don't think so.
they like him up there.
They do, for
They like him
sure.
up there.
Yeah, but I think Teddy will come in and do that. I think anywhere he goes, he'll be a backup quarterback. He's not a starter right now.
Okay.
Because we don't know what he is. Next person, AJ McCarron, 27-year-old. Cincinnati Bengals last year.
He's your Viking quarterback.
Ooh.
That's your Viking quarterback.
Hold on, if Case Keenum was a game manager, this kid has to be a game manager,
How do
right?
you know that?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So how can you put him as a starter?
You got to think about NFL tendencies. This is what I'm going off of, NFL tendencies. When you have the least amount of film on somebody and it all looks great, he's he's jumping off the screen. The Vikings had the money to spend on somebody like him, and they've shown and proven they can win with their game manager, even if he is one. I don't think he is. I think he's a solid quarterback. He's some Vikings quarterback right here.
No.
I don't agree with that.
Where you got him going?
I got him in a backup somewhere.
Nah, AJ McCarron's not back.
No, he wouldn't have left Cincinnati. He's not leaving Cincinnati and doing what he had to do to get out of Cincinnati's deal to be anybody's
How can
backup.
we not call him a backup? That's what he's doing.
But
guys.
I'm just
How
telling
can
you-
we not call him a backup?
Just in the same
He's-
breath, he
Go
can
ahead,
play.
my bad.
He can play the starting quarterback. Nobody will let him not. Nobody's paying him $75 million to be that backup.
He's not
paying him
doing.
$75 million.
He's
AJ
not doing
McCarron,
what he did to get
75.
out of Cincinnati to be a backup anyway. He won't sign to be a backup.
Y'all,
anyway.
so he gonna get $75 million?
I
I
think
don't
so.
know about that,
I think so. 38 guaranteed.
but
Man,
I see him in Minnesota.
You can pull that out for him. You didn't beat my age.
No,
Because
I'm
look at
telling
what they
you.
did for look, they did to Matt Flynn off of one game.
Yeah. No, for sure. I'm telling you, Matt Flynn got paid the same exact way.
One
That
game.
man was a pocket passer, y'all.
AJ McCarron is too. I got AJ McCarron going to the Arizona Cardinals. They already have a formidable defense. They have David Johnson coming back at 100%. Larry Fitzgerald being there. It's an opportunity for him to start, and I think it'll be formidable for him. $75 million, 38 guaranteed.
That's my number 2 option for him.
Yeah.
Arizona sounds good, but
Where do you have him going?
I just haven't been a backup. I can't really pick because I just haven't been a backup. So
Yeah, no, he's not a backup.
He wouldn't have fought to get out of Cincinnati to be a backup for him.
No, he's not a backup.
That's all I'm
I just can't say. I just can't pick and say, all right, AJ McCarron is going to start for the Cardinals tomorrow.
He will.
Like, can you just see that after not playing at all?
Yeah, for sure. If Mike Glennon started for the Chicago Bears last year after backing up Jameis as long as he did, that kid can start in Arizona.
All right.
Next person, Sam Bradford, 30 years old for the Minnesota Vikings last year. What's the best free agency option for him?
He's your Arizona quarterback.
Yeah, it's for all the same reasons.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things where you were mentioning, Jeff, for getting an older quarterback to groom a young quarterback.
Exactly.
I have him going to Cleveland, doing the same thing. Yeah, he's just bad luck, can't stay healthy, and he's a bridge quarterback. You know, just a person that can kind of steady the water until your quarterback is ready, and then you take him out the pasture and he moves on to his next team.
I don't think he's a franchise quarterback by any means, but I think he's enough for Arizona to get back in the playing shape. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Get them back to where they're respectable at the quarterback position, where they won't fall off too much from Carson.
Yeah, I think he'll be signed the last quarterback out of these people because nobody would take the risk of having him as a starting quarterback, considering how often injured he is. So
I respect that.
I got him going to Cleveland and backing up Josh Rosen or somebody like that, whoever got picked.
I got him going back up to a really good team.
Yeah, like
Maybe somewhere like
New England,
New
something
England,
like that.
Green Bay.
Yeah.
Green Bay never gave him a solid backup.
No,
They need one
They need
because
one.
he's gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the backup player. That somebody has a good team. That somebody, because he can come in and run the show.
Yeah.
That's what I see. He's
No,
not starting nowhere.
No argument.
Yeah.
But I think he goes. I think he will get a starting job in Arizona.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's just me.
But y'all saying everybody in Arizona.
I
said
just
one
one
person
person in Arizona.
One person.
We
We
had
two
two
different people.
Yeah, one of those two people. And last but not least, Josh McCown, 39 years old, quarterback for the Jets last year. What's the best free agency option for Josh?
Here's your backup.
That's your backup.
Josh, your backup for sure.
You need a serviceable backup.
Mhm.
There's your guy.
Yeah,
Come on to the Titans, Josh.
I got him staying with the Jets.
Jets.
Just
I
hanging
would
out.
resign to the Jets.
Yeah,
I can see him going to the
he's a
Titans.
journeyman, but he had a
They can play.
Y'all
Pretty
need
solid,
somebody,
yeah.
Solid.
and y'all need
Right.
somebody to come in. I hope it doesn't happen, but you know it happens once a year.
Yeah.
Marcus misses a game or two. Somebody to hold the ship while he's out.
I mean, Josh McCown is better than Marcus Mariota.
You want to move on to running back?
Yeah, you got him.
I got him. Man.
Wow. No, for dead ass on this list, all the quarterbacks that we mentioned are better than Marcus Mariota.
Not Case Keenum.
Case Keenum's better than him
Not Case
tomorrow.
Keenum. Not Case
I promise you.
AJ McCarron, really?
AJ McCarron. Watch
Sorry
what
about
AJ McCarron do in Arizona. Just watch.
Okay, let's talk about the free agent running backs this year.
Okay.
Let's start with Le'Veon Bell, 26-year-old former Pittsburgh Steelers running back.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think his best case scenario is?
I think Le'Veon Bell is the most dynamic and creative back in the game. He needs to be on a team that's ready to use him the way he needs to be utilized.
Mhm.
And I think the team that can do that is San Francisco 49ers. So I hope and pray that we give him 5 years and $12 million a year, because that's what he wants, and I don't think Pittsburgh wants to do
Just
that.
in case the listeners don't know. Who's your favorite team?
My team's the San Francisco 49ers. For sure. And we need.
Carlos Hyde.
I know. Now Carlos Hyde's a free agent. He'll be gone. Yeah, we're talking about him real soon. He's out of there. He's done.
Who you got, Wiz?
I got him staying with Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
He
They
has
finally-
to stay with Pittsburgh.
They finally get that crap together.
with that news that they have, he fits nowhere else better than he fits in Pittsburgh.
They dogged him last year though. He had 400 touches last year.
406.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 400. And the
They're
Steelers.
older, they ain't.
Nah, I think the Steelers will hate to lose him, but they're up against the cap, man.
Yeah.
And that's just one of those things where it's hard to give him $12 million a year after you ran him through the damn ground
They
for the last
franchise.
2 years. And he's
I think that's the option.
I hope
Franchise.
not.
I think that's what they do.
They franchise.
Please let San Francisco get him.
They get
We
14
need him.
million this year.
Speaking of San Francisco,
Okay.
let's move on with the former Niners running back Carlos Hyde,
Okay.
27-year-old. What's his best free agent option?
You can go first, Willie.
Carlos, I gotta stay right there where he is, man.
Yeah, I'm going to the Colts. I think I'm going to the Colts to replace Frank Gore. You gotta realize he's only 27 years old.
Yeah.
And
Frank Gore might got one more year left in his tank.
yeah, but not in Indianapolis. They're gonna use him somewhere. We'll talk about that too. But
Okay.
he damn near ran for 1,000 yards every year that he's been there. So he made the best of a lousy situation until we got Jimmy Garoppolo, and I just think that he would fit in well playing in Indianapolis if that bum of a quarterback, Andrew Luck, is ready to play.
So who is the 49ers quarterback, running back right now?
We don't have a running back.
So why not keep Carlos Hyde? You got Jimmy Garoppolo that trust.
Yeah, I really do. I think we need more of an
How will Le'Veon Bell go there?
because we could use him. What do you mean? Why would he go there? We gonna get wild outs. We
Why
finna
would
get
you
going.
mean
We
that?
got a great defense. We got good defense.
There you go. There you go.
We got good
Hype,
defense.
bring it down.
He didn't- he
Yeah,
he didn't jump on that
Because our
train.
D line solid,
Yes.
linebackers solid. We have
I
one
said
good
this-
safety.
Yeah.
No, we
No
got
corners.
one good cornerback.
Okay.
It's one solid cornerback.
Okay.
In turn, we'll get
On
some
the other
players.
side, we finna get let down. I do the
Watch.
same thing you do every year with the Titans.
Watch.
We solid here, and we go 9-7,
Watch.
7-7 every year.
Shit, we 6-10 this year. Shit.
9-7 for the Dynasty is an improvement.
Yeah. Shit. Where you got them going, Jeff? You got to stand with the 49ers?
Yeah. I think y'all wise enough to say, let's keep the devil we know better than the devil we don't know.
I got you. I can dig it.
Let's move on.
Yep.
Deion Lewis of the Pats, the 27-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Where's he going?
He wants to get paid, first of all.
Yeah.
Yeah, he deserves it, man. Yeah,
And he knows the Patriots ain't going to pay him.
And then they're not going to pay him. But the best case
Is he-
scenario for him is to stay in New England.
Yeah.
Because they know how to use him. You see people leave from
That's
New
my
England,
question.
and they don't look the same, man.
So-
And I just think he should stay.
Take New England out of the equation.
Yeah.
How would you use him as a back?
He would be a secondary back
Okay.
to a number one running back. I could see him maybe playing in Houston with Lamar Miller.
He's not as quick
as
as
a sec-
Sproles.
No, but he's a scat back.
But he's in one to use
I
him
think
like
he's every
that.
down back.
No, I don't
Catch
think
him out
so.
the back.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the tape looks like he could be an every down back.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm using him as every down.
I'm going to tell you where he goes.
He's missed 18 games since he's been in the
Yeah.
league.
That's what I'm saying.
How many rings he got? 2 with them? With the
One.
Patriots? Yeah, one with the Patriots.
Yeah.
I said I had him going to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Play with James.
Yeah, Doug's gone. So
Doug's
they
gone.
need a starting running back.
He needs
for
some
sure.
experience for that team.
Yeah.
If Carlos Hyde don't sign back,
Yeah.
that was my number 2 team for him.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be great for
Just
him.
throw the bag at him.
For
So
sure.
for Deion Lewis, I think his best case option is to try to stay with the Pats.
Yeah.
Or maybe.
You know the Pats ain't going to pay him, though. He knows.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He wants the back, and this is the year as a running back, 26, 27, maybe
Mhm.
20 is the year to get your back because you're not getting after this. You know,
That's
so,
it now for sure.
Yeah.
At 28, 29, and we'll talk about somebody as we go down this list.
Yeah.
The older you get, it's harder to
Yeah,
keep
that's what I'm saying. This is
Sean
the
one
year.
year deal.
This is the year to get it back.
Yeah.
So, but best case scenario is pass. Let's move on to LeGarrette Blunt.
Mm-hmm. You want to hit that blunt?
I wanna get that blunt.
He get
Still.
rings, too.
Yeah.
Still, he gets ring.
Yeah.
Rings
Sure.
follow him.
He just won a ring with the Eagles. What's his best? What's his best option? Should he stay with the Eagles or should he look for greener pastures?
I think greener pastures. Him being 31 years old, they signed Jay Ajayi. Is Darren Sproles coming back next year? I think Sproles will be back next year at
Okay.
100%. So there's no need for LeGarrette Blunt.
Four
Yeah.
backs there.
Or black. Then they're black too.
How is Darren Sproles?
Darren Sproles is up there in age,
Yeah.
31,
Yeah.
but he's not every down back. Your every down
So-
back is Jay Ajayi.
Yeah, but LeGarrette Blunt's not an area down back. He's never been an area down back.
Yeah, that's
He's
what
been
I'm
in the
saying.
league.
But why would you have 3 running backs? One Darren Sproles, one Jay Ajayi, and then LeGarrette Blunt. There's no reason for all of that. In turn, and they got a rookie too. So it was a rookie last year. So I think the best case for him is to go to Seattle and get going there. Yeah.
I don't think.
Wow.
I don't think
Mhm.
LeGarrette Blunt's every down back. I think
He's
he
not.
is what I think
Yeah.
he is what he is.
Yeah, coming in,
So why
between
would
the
he stay
tackles.
there?
Jay Ajayi is an every down back, and you can use him the same way you would use
They didn't use
LeGarrette
him
Blunt.
last year as every down back.
You said what?
They didn't use him last year as every down back. JJ.
You
Yeah,
worked it
because
out.
he was there with LeGarrette Blunt. You split the
The
time between them.
What I'm trying to say is, you know what? Go ahead.
Now, what are you trying to say?
Go ahead.
I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to say.
No, go ahead.
Where you got him going? Where you got Gary Blunt going?
I got him staying.
You got him staying? Okay.
Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills. You trying to
Yeah, you know what I mean? We need-
Shady? You need a bag up for
We
Shady?
need somebody to take some of that load off of Shady.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And to help him out in those short yardage game. Gary Blunt can do that for 2 more years.
most definitely.
Yeah.
At a high level.
At high level.
1 year. Yeah, 1 more year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Isaiah Crowell.
Mm-hmm. Your guy,
Yeah, that's my guy.
That's your guy.
25-year-old former Cleveland Brown running back.
Mm-hmm.
Best free agency option. What should he stay?
Dude, Isaiah Crowell has been one of the most effective backs
Yeah.
in the league over the past 2 seasons on a bum-ass team.
Every year.
Yeah, for
He can
sure,
play.
he can play.
Yeah.
I think this is the replacement for Le'Veon Bell. I think he goes to the Steelers. Cheap, for sure.
If it don't, a lot's got to go his way.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right.
Yeah,
If that works out that way, you're right.
Mhm.
But if not, that's your Seattle running back.
that too. Yeah, for sure. They need a running back.
a running back.
Bad.
Bad.
Yeah,
So what you got? We're finna get rid of DeMarco Murray.
No, don't you do this.
they haven't got rid of him yet.
No,
but you
we're
think
gonna
they're
get rid of DeMarco
Okay.
Murray. Come on, Isaiah Crowell.
yeah?
Play right behind Derrick Henry.
No, he ain't playing behind nobody at 25.
They're not 25.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's share.
No,
He's the number one back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
He's going to Seattle.
I think so too.
All right. We talked about this guy a little bit earlier. Jonathan Stewart,
Mm-hmm.
just released by the Carolina Panthers, 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Best free agency option. You know he can't stay. He's got
Jonathan Stewart, yeah, his days as a starter is over. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I think he's going to look for a place where he can win.
Okay.
And I think that place, even if it is being a backup to one of the best running backs in the game, I think he goes and plays in Los Angeles, the Rams, backing up Todd Gurley.
That's
Ah,
solid.
girl.
That's
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah.
That's solid. Not mad at that. Who
I
you
just
got?
think I was saying the Patriots.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a good Patriot move.
that's a Patriot move.
This is a solid Patriot
I got a
move.
Patriot move coming up, but yeah, I think
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah, for sure. That is a Patriot. He got Patriot written all over. Where you got him going, Joe?
Honestly, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Patriot
Yeah,
move.
Patriots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either him or the guy we're about to talk about next.
Yeah,
Doug Martin,
yeah.
29-year-old former Tampa Bay Buccaneer,
Mm-hmm.
best free agency option.
At the same time, now you look at Doug Martin. He's only 29.
Yeah.
I know it's the same thing. It's 30. That's a lot of years at the running back position.
Yeah.
His days again as a starter is over. But
I don't know.
I'm telling you, he got a lot to prove. Too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he missed
Martin
4
was
games.
bad last year.
Doug Martin looked real bad. Oh, he looked real bad.
Well, he missed those first 4 to 5
First 4 games. Yeah.
So he was hard to get back, roll. And that team was a cluster.
Oh,
last
yeah,
year.
yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, it was a
man.
cluster,
That
for
team
sure.
was a cluster last year.
But I got him going with the Pats, man. Because he's a Patriot, like Corey Dillon.
He just feel like a Patriot.
I'm
Oh.
telling you, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just he has Patriot written all over. He's gonna go there and ball, and it just makes the most sense in the world.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, where you guys got him going?
I had him going to the Giants.
The Giants, yeah,
They need a bag.
they need a back bad. They need a back bad.
I
He
think they
played
get him
so
in the
bad last year.
I
Though.
ain't played so bad. Yeah,
I think the Giants get a running back in the draft.
Uh-huh.
Try to put in.
They gonna get running back in the draft, all right.
I ain't no question.
That's why I didn't.
Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pick.
I'm telling you, that makes sense.
That guy right
Yeah, nah, for sure. And then you have Doug Martin in that situation too. It's still a good situation.
Doug Martin go to Carolina.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Doug
Cam
Martin.
needs some help.
He needs some help.
He needs some help.
And
Nah, you got White Lightning.
No, White Lightning is enough.
Ain't enough.
But I'm telling you,
Ain't
still,
enough.
everybody needs 2 running backs. The
Yeah,
way that the
exactly.
NFL is set
That's
up,
what I'm saying.
everybody needs a person that can do, Christian McCaffrey is basically a wide receiver playing running back.
Mhm.
So you need every down back and Doug. I like that.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the wide receivers. First person we'll talk about is Allen Robinson, 24-year-old for the Jacksonville Jaguars last year. Best free agency option for Allen Robinson.
Stay where you at, B-Boy.
If you can, if they can afford him. That's what they gave Blake.
Okay, so
He just came off an ACL injury, too.
Yeah.
just towards ACL, week 1
Yeah.
of the season. But 2
Which is-
years ago,
He looked
This
good.
hit 1,400, 14 touchdowns. The thing is about him, I think they'll franchise tag him, but him and Blake Bortles historically just don't get along.
Yeah.
He does not like Blake Bortles. It's a common thing
Yeah.
that everybody knows. If they don't franchise tag him and just kind of let him go do his own thing, I think he would be a great addition with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
I like that. I like Patrick. I like when Patrick.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see them pulling the trigger on that though.
Yeah.
But if you're taking Jacksonville out of the equation,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, for sure. They need a true number one. He's a true number one. And it'd be different if he tore his ACL week 10. He tore week 1.
Right.
So he's basically back to 100%
Hope.
by the time the season starts, for sure. So the Chiefs will be perfect. What you got going?
I understand.
You got to understand, that's right.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Sammy Watkins, 24 years old, Los Angeles Rams. What's the best phrase y'all for Sammy?
Come on back home, Sammy. Come on back home.
Yeah.
We had a breakup. We neither one of us prospered without each other.
Right.
Come on back home, Sammy.
Sammy look alright though.
In games.
Fourth overall pick, y'all.
Yeah.
He didn't
He's
get
never
hurt.
gonna live up to that.
Yeah, I mean, he was on the team. He was in the NFL's highest scoring team, and he only had 39 catches, 593 yards.
Yeah.
And because they had Tyler Early.
No, that's because Robert Woods was killing and Cooper Kupp was spreading that thing around.
Yeah.
Pause.
Mm-hmm.
So he won't be 25 until June. So
Yeah.
I mean, he's still very young.
Yeah.
But
Come on back home,
I
Sammy.
think he needs a place where he can be a number one. And our number one was a little bitty wide receiver named Marquise Goodwin.
He cold though.
So and he's good. For sure, he got hurt in the last game of the
Yeah.
season. Though. I think he needs to come on to San Francisco,
That's
sign a
solid.
1-year deal.
That's solid.
That would be good.
That's solid.
I feel good.
Anyway,
about
it's
that.
gonna be a 1-year deal though.
All jokes aside, San Francisco makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. Let's
or,
move on to
or a place that, like the
Like
Jets. Like
Yeah.
the Jets who are looking to bring in a quarterback. We need a wide receiver. They let their wide receiver
Sure.
go for a little bit of nothing.
yeah.
He makes total sense.
I don't think he wants to play in the cold anymore though.
Look at it. He's not in a position to have too many
That's true.
choices.
That
He
is
better
true.
take what comes his way.
Yeah. Let's move on to Jeff's guy.
TP.
Terrell Pryor, 28 years old for the Washington football team. What's the best case scenario for this kid?
I mean,
Just go ahead, Weezy.
I think he's done.
No, he's playing in the NFL.
He just got to get the job.
He's got to get it again.
I think he's done. Terrell Pryor looked bad last
He
year.
had 1,000 last in 2016.
Yeah.
And then,
Somebody, hey, we got game film on him.
dude, he had 20 catches
Don't.
for 220 yards. And Jeff had this guy. This is going to be
That's my breakout
this is
star.
my breakout star.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Okay.
I think what we do, both of us,
Yeah.
all of us, have our favorites. And in turn, we get mixed in with favorites. And then, but if you
Yeah,
look at him
God.
coming off a 1,000-yard campaign,
That was it.
Come on,
Yeah,
he's 6'6".
Yeah.
He's
He was
slow.
balling.
And somebody
He was balling
Yeah.
in Cleveland too,
Cleveland.
with no quarterback.
Yeah.
But where did he have his best year?
I'm gonna say y'all know why he was balling. Y'all know why he was balling in Cleveland, right?
Why?
Because Cleveland was always down.
Yeah,
By
that's
the time
true.
he started balling, the game was already out of hand.
No. And that
Not
makes
in,
sense.
not
That's true.
every situation, but no, it makes total
High
sense.
I
percentage.
bet you more. I bet you most of his touchdowns or good games came in the fourth quarter, dude.
I agree. There's no question in
I had him
that.
in fantasy,
Yeah.
so
He
I'm not-
balled.
He balled.
But this is what I'm telling you. 2017 never happened for Terrell Pryor.
Yeah,
He just needs to go to Cleveland, right all his wrongs, go back, hit that aux core with him,
him,
Josh Gordon. You got Corey Coleman,
Yeah.
and let's ball.
Yeah.
Check
Let's just
ball.
do it
That's
again.
good.
Yeah.
That's a good look.
That's a good nucleus.
Hey
right
man,
there.
I'm telling you, he go back and do that. He's used to it. He's dating a girl plays in West Virginia. Yeah.
Shout out there.
And yeah, for sure. Money isn't an issue for the Browns. They pay him 2 years, $7 million guaranteed. He'll go there. Let's go.
Well,
He said he's out of the league.
that's
That's
a good
good.
option.
Yeah.
Think he's going to San Francisco.
We'll be mad.
Y'all need something.
We'll find him. Hey, Jimmy, listen. Jimmy will throw him open. Jimmy, look,
Oh, my
Jimmy will throw him open.
goodness.
Jimmy will throw him
Jimmy
open.
Garoppolo.
Got the jersey on the way.
He fouled Jimmy Garoppolo. He
Shout out to
went
Jimmy.
injury away.
Everybody's one injury away.
Wow.
You don't even have a quarterback.
Yeah,
No, you don't. Yeah, he's a bum. Let's move on to Marquise Lee, 26 years old for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What's the best free agency option for this kid?
That wide receiver core is loaded.
Yeah, man.
Jacksonville.
Hey, man,
If they can stay healthy.
they can stay healthy.
Yeah, D.D. Westbrook.
Mm-hmm. And this is a go-to receiver in
Yeah.
Jacksonville last year. Yeah.
I like Marquise Lee, man.
Yeah.
But I don't think Jacksonville can keep all those guys.
Nah,
They can't keep all of them, but I think he goes for the discount, stays, and balls because they need a wide receiver. They got to pay one of them.
Yeah.
And between Allen Robinson and him, I'm going with the lesser of two evils. The person that already has a relationship with Blake Bortles,
talk to me.
and he was his number one target last year. So I'm saying he should stay.
He goes to the Colts.
Okay. They need a wide receiver.
Exactly.
They got
And
T.Y.
he can get the ball. And he can get the bag at the goal.
Yeah.
Go to goal.
Go to Colts.
I got him going for the Cowboys. When they get rid of
Huh.
Dez, I got him going to the Cowboys.
They're not getting rid of Dez.
Yeah, no, you know it's coming. Nah, that's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What we talking? I mean, of course they'll
Yeah,
eventually.
before the season.
Before the season.
Yeah,
Yeah, we bet that.
They ain't
We
gonna
like
pay
this.
Dez.
They don't want to pay him that.
I don't think they're gonna pay
They
Dez.
don't want to pay him that.
Do some of that? Okay. Yeah.
And it's gonna surprise, like right before the draft,
Mm-hmm.
the Cowboys have released that because the money they're about to pay. Well, whatever day the money is supposed to come out.
Yeah.
He won a lot of money, and he then I ain't gonna talk about my boy like because I'm high on Dez. So I ain't gonna talk about my boy
Dez
like
is about to get like top wide receiver money for.
Yeah.
Now-
He got a bad quarterback though. I've been told you guys.
I didn't say that.
before.
I'm not saying
Somebody got Tony Romo.
Yeah,
Was finding him.
yeah.
He got a quarterback, can't find him. Dez is open.
Dez-
Dez open right now.
Right now he over.
Hell yeah, Dez open.
Huh?
Dez is open.
Still over right
Dez
now.
is open. He's saying he can't get separation.
He can't.
A quarterback can't throw him the damn ball. Can you imagine Dez Bryant play for the damn Green Bay Packers? Can you imagine if
In
Dez
his
Bryant
glory years
played
played
in New
for Green Bay.
England? No,
Come
today.
And today it still be great. Today.
Yeah, bum ass quarterback.
In the red zone.
Dez and Jordan Nelson. My God.
They finna get rid. That's what they finna get rid of. Jordan Hill's finna get that axe. Let's move on to Dante
I
Moncrief.
take him tomorrow.
24 years old with the Colts. Best case scenario for this kid.
That's your Cowboy.
That's your Cowboy.
That's your Cowboy.
Dante Moncrief can play.
After they cut Dez, that's your Cowboy.
I think Dante Moncrief is the only person that challenges Terrell Pryor as one of the more physically gifted receivers that totally disappointed last year. Size, speed, hands, the ability to be a number one just never really
He
showed
dropped a
up.
lot of passes last year.
Drops,
Yeah, he did.
hella drops, less than 700 yards, over 15 starts in the last 2 seasons now. He's been hurt a lot,
Mhm.
but at the same time, bringing back Luck, him coming in, they have a Carlos Hyde at running back, man, he's got to stay there. They need a wide receiver opposite T.Y. So I have him staying. Where you got Dante Moncrief going?
I got him staying.
Yeah.
They didn't have nobody else.
Yeah, for sure. They got to pay somebody. And you got him going to Cowboys.
Yeah.
And last but not least,
Mm.
I said Trey Bird. Jordan Matthews,
Hey.
25 years old, played for the Bills last
Stop
year.
it.
Who you guys have him as far as his bread, his
Yeah,
best
both
free
of them.
option? Ooh, shit.
Joe Matthews, I got him going back to Philadelphia.
Got him going back to Philly. They don't need him now.
Yeah, they do. They ain't got Alshon Jeffries no more.
Nah, yeah, he just resigned.
He did?
Yeah, he
I didn't know that.
He been on the list again.
he would
He would have been on the list.
But he looked like a star in the making playing with Nick Foles the first time around. And
Take a step back.
took a step back,
Couple.
for sure. Couple. He only had 25 catches and 282 yards last year with the Bills. So still got good hands, creates a mismatch. Great player. I got him going to the Los Angeles Rams. With the Bills, always let their guys go over there and matriculate. I got him going there.
Rams got quarterback. Rams got result.
They lose to Sammy Watkins.
I can see that.
There we go. I got him going to
See
Rams.
that,
You don't care where you go.
He got to
You don't
go.
want
He
him
wasn't
to
that big.
Go.
Yeah,
He got to go,
Yeah.
bro. He got to know.
You don't want him there, Jeff.
Come on, man. Like, you ain't open.
yeah. You can't get over.
You can't get over it.
You can't get over. That's a
Tyrod
Vanderbilt
running for his
player
life.
for you, though.
Tyrod running for his life every game.
Vanderbilt wide receiver for you.
Oh,
Jordan Matthews.
We'll move on to the tight end.
Yeah, you got it.
All right, man. All right, so our first tight end on the list,
Mm-hmm.
Trey Burton, 26-year-old Philadelphia Eagle.
Mm-hmm.
Best free agency option as he stands.
He was stuck behind Zach Ertz. He was a Pro Bowl. Just perennial All-Pro. The Eagles can't pay him.
Yep.
They just paid Alshon. They can't pay this kid. And, yeah, to be a backup.
Mhm.
I think he goes to Chicago Bears
that's a great pick.
and be a good, solid tight
That's
end for
great.
them.
I got one for you. Yeah,
So-
go ahead. Wiz.
I had him Chicago too. Chicago's a great pick.
Him and Dante Moncrief
Yeah.
going to the Cowboys.
Ooh. Whitney?
Witten's gone. Witten and Dez are out of there, dude.
They'll never get rid of Jason Witten. They have to roll Jason Witten out of there. They'll never retire.
I
They
think they're doing like San Diego is doing Kevin Gates.
Kevin Gates.
Antonio
Gates.
Just keep him around.
Yeah.
But he won't. But they need somebody to come in to re-energize that position. You know, so
Yeah. Now they do need a new tight end. I don't think this is the kid they would do it though. I think they would bring in Jimmy Graham before they bring it. You know,
but Jimmy Graham is the same.
no, I'm telling you, just
Jimmy Graham got a team.
yeah, for sure. Let's move.
Let's talk
on.
about it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Next on the list is Jimmy Graham,
Mm-hmm.
31-year-old former Seattle Seahawk.
Yeah.
Best free agency option, or should he stay?
Stay. Stay. They can pay him. Stay.
Nah, listen. 2 seasons. Let's just keep it a buck. It didn't work.
He looked real good last
He
year.
just started to come around.
Yeah, I let him go. I let him go. My fantasy team way too early. He looked.
You did let him go to her.
Sure
You
did.
still won, though, didn't you?
Yeah, 2 league wins.
Nah, you better know it.
Yeah.
Everything paid for.
Yeah. I'm still hot about that. Still stinks.
Still.
And I ain't even know. Dude, I went 16-1.
Oh man.
I did. I did. That's
16-1.
crazy, dog. Anyway.
I'll leave it alone.
Yeah, but
They took
2 league wins.
He said they took it over from you.
nah, they did. They took that one from River. I got him rekindling going back at the Saints, man, helping Drew Brees get it back going, man. Put the band back together.
Nice.
Yeah, no, for sure. The Saints run heavy. They need an option at the tight end position. Who is the greatest tight end that they've had in the history of the New Orleans Saints? You go back there. Or if they get rid of the boy in Dallas, Jason Witten would be a great replacement.
Yeah.
They like getting older tight ends come in. Like they can't.
You can't. I mean, they had Martellus Bennett, and they let him go. You could have had him.
I mean, he was a young guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
you could've had
he was
him.
a replacement to
Yeah.
replace Jason Witten when they got him.
Yeah.
Jason Witten's still there.
Yeah, so I think they go younger, but I like that though.
For sure.
Let's move on to Austin Safarian Jenkins, 25-year-old New York Jet, best free agency option. Or should he stay?
This is the thing about Austin Safarian Jenkins, man. That and character and effort, and they got him on a catch, no catch 2 times this year for his touchdowns.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers needs a tight end,
talk that.
and this is the tight end that can do it for him. Not a lot to do in Green Bay. Won't get caught up in some of the lights there in New York, Tampa, and things of that nature. So I have him going to the Green Bay Packers and helping out Aaron Rodgers for sure.
I got him going to Indianapolis, man.
Yeah,
Solid.
I mean they got Jack Doyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not saying a lot.
Yeah.
That's not saying
Jack Doyle's solid though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be winning some games. He'll be winning some games. I made a mistake. I traded him for Jarvis Landry. And I needed him for 1 week. And it worked that 1 week.
Yeah.
But, I mean, even if I had Jarvis Landry, I think I still would have lost.
Oh, you.
Anyway,
You made good trades. You hustled me up some trades.
2 league Weezy.
Totally weird.
what we got, man?
Tyler Eifert,
Yeah, man.
27-year-old
Yeah.
Cincinnati Bengal,
Mm-hmm.
best free agency option. Or should he stay?
This one time, Tyler Eifert was looking like the
Yeah.
prodigal son.
He sure was.
Now, for sure, it was arguments be like, he might be better than Trump.
Yeah. He was
No,
up there
for
with him
sure.
and Kelsey. Definitely up
Yeah.
there.
Been super injured. 22 games over the past 2 seasons. That's a lot of games, y'all.
There's a lot of games.
Jacksonville has some holes.
Mm-hmm.
And I really do think that rather than to draft a young player for 3 years, 2 years, why not opt for a lottery ticket and try to get this guy? You still have Mercedes Lewis. You're not getting rid of his old ass. So have him there.
He old, too.
And he old. Get him in Jacksonville, man. I'm telling you, they can hit the lottery with that.
Why
Because
not
Tyler
Denver?
Eifert can play.
Why not Denver?
They have a tight end.
Yeah, they got the boy that used to play for the. I forgot.
They
his
got a
name.
good tight end.
He's not good.
They solid.
Serviceable.
Serviceable tight end. Yeah, Tyler Eifert will be good with them too, though. That's not a quarterback to give him the ball. So I
That's it.
think they'll get him.
They're going to get a quarterback.
They'll get a quarterback.
This free agency is not ending without Denver getting a quarterback.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Somebody will be up
I just hate
Yeah.
that we basing all Denver wins off the defense.
And they are.
there. The Super Bowl was off that defense.
For sure.
Yeah, they had Peyton Manning back that up.
He was trash. Hell no. He can do shit the whole playoffs.
Peyton was throwing wounded ducks for 20 yards.
He snuck in and got that. A bastard.
You hard about that.
Never beat Florida.
You can hit
You
never be Florida.
You Cam.
It hurt though.
They beat
Cam let us down though.
He let the hood down.
Cam let the hood
Yeah.
down.
For sure.
Damn Cam.
Yeah, damn.
That just wasn't his time. He wasn't ready for that.
Yeah. I heard.
That hurt. Yeah, let's get out of here. One more before we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Hey. Antonio Gates.
Yeah.
38-year-old former San Diego. I'm sorry, LA Chargers.
Yeah.
Best free agency option. Or
Yeah.
should he stay?
He's the Frank Gore tight end. He got to stay, man.
One
Got
more
to
year.
stay.
One more year. 16 years, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted him to retire, man.
Yeah, stay home, man. You got a fine wife. Just stay there. Yeah.
So just don't even worry about playing in the
No.
NFL anymore.
They
Yeah.
said Philip
Just stay
Rivers
there.
loves Antonio Gates.
Yeah, you have to.
Stay.
That's what got him paid.
I think Gates played one more year with them.
Yeah, I think he'll stay. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying like stay at home, period.
No.
Don't
I'm
even
saying
worry
stay
about
with the
football.
Chargers. Yeah.
He's behind Hunter Henry Cole, though.
He got a little brother too that just signed with Ole Miss, I think.
Yeah.
Or Arkansas, one of them. I know he went to Arkansas, but yeah, man.
Hmm.
So that's the offense. Sorry we kept you guys a little longer, but
It's a great show.
nah, for sure, man. We got a lot. We got the defense coming up, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And listen,
Yeah.
San Francisco will be back on that defense side. We need 2 corners. We get a corner and a safety.
Oh,
I want us to
I
get
hope we gotta
Reeves.
hit it all year.
Hope we get Reeves.
It was.
For sure.
You hope you get Reed.
I want Reeves
Yeah,
right now.
let him get Reed.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, get
Yo,
Reed.
you'll be throwing your head down,
Nah, man. I'm
spiking
telling
your headphone like I did
you,
with
yeah,
Buffalo
that's what you do. You
Yeah.
spike headphones.
Yeah, I
Most
do.
definitely.
Yeah, I definitely do.
Most definitely. Now, tweet us with questions during the show, after the show,
Yeah.
before the show, during the show,
All that.
for sure.
Yeah.
Everything paid for. You hear me?
Wait,
Okay.
yeah, during the show about tweets with questions during the show,
Yeah.
after the show,
After the show.
before the show.
Before the show.
Most definitely at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Don't forget to subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend
To tell a friend.
To tell her friend.
about that Full Sport Press podcast, Weezy.
You hear me? Everything paid for. Big
Most
baby.
definitely. Jeff,
Camera's always on.
Camera's always on. Revolution will be podcast. We out of here.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on prior episodes, visit the SoundCloud page. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend.